Problems only rich people have. 1. Their kids might grow up to become spoiled. Raising their kids goes beyond the norm because somehow, even when they try to instill values they had as children, the wealth they have forms a wedge between morals and financial security. Many rich people fear that their kids will grow up to be entitled and lack purpose. One wealthy respondent to a study carried out by Boston College's Center on Wealth and Philanthropy worried that money could mess up his kids, give them a sense of entitlement, keeping them from acquiring a strong sense of empathy and compassion. A wealth advisor from a huge and well-known national financial services company stated that from his experience, the worst consequence for a wealthy family is the inept, non-self-reliant kids. A majority do not contribute to the growth and betterment of society and are extremely dependent on their family's vast affluence for their survival and that of their offspring. It's an unwinding, vicious cycle. So, perhaps Warren Buffett put it very well when he said a very rich person should leave his kids enough to do anything, but not enough to do nothing. 2. They worry about kidnapping. A wealthy heiress, who is listed in Forbes' Richest People in America list, said that she constantly worries for the safety and security of her kids, as they are targets for kidnappers. There's no denying that there are multiple high-profile kidnapping cases among the super rich, including the abduction of software magnate Eugene Kaspersky's son, Ivan. Actual kidnappings are quite rare in the United States. As a matter of fact, the FBI's numbers show that there were only 332 abductions of children by a stranger in 2014. That's not to say that there aren't risks involved. Seasoned experts who provide security to the wealthy told Financial Advisor magazine that children's Facebook accounts can be one of the largest security leaks for a well-off family. Even the presence of a tight security detail can be undermined when a child posts vacation pics and personal information on the internet. Criminals can easily access this information and use it to target a family. 3. Friends and family ask them for cash. Having $1 billion basically guarantees that you'll have people flocking around you and treating you like a personal ATM. Valerie Rind wrote in her book, Gold Diggers and Deadbeat Dads, True Stories of Friends, Family, and Financial Ruin, that if a friend or family member thinks that you have money, they're more likely to hit you up for a loan than if they think that you're struggling like they are. But what they might not realize is that rich people obtain and maintain their wealth through hard work and smart moves, which don't include lending large sums of money they'll most likely never see again. In addition, if you decide to loan money, keep in mind that the transaction will likely change the nature of your personal relationship with the borrower forever. An executive who works with the rich said that wealth becomes a family issue when one has considerably more money than another family member. Dealing with either the guilt or the obligation to help provide for others can be a lifelong strain. 4. Strangers too ask for money. If people know that you're swimming in cash, they're going to ask you for some of it. A notable luxury travel blogger said that random strangers send her direct messages on Twitter with tragic stories and money requests. The heiress mentioned earlier also stated that she frequently receives requests for money donations to everybody's favorite charities. There's even a whole Quora thread dedicated to the question, how can I get a list of rich people who are willing to give to families that need help? One particular respondent replied flatly saying, you can't and shouldn't. If they gave that information to everyone that asked, the families would be flooded with calls, letters, visitors, all begging for help. They can't help them all. 5. They wonder if their friends truly like them. TheDailyMail.com recently reported that a Reddit thread inquired from wealthy people about the drawbacks of affluence. A gentleman from a wealthy family responded by admitting how hard it was to have friends. What's worse is that even after his family suffered a financial setback, his so-called friends vanished. The guy stated that they ditched him instantly because he no longer had the cash to buy them drinks at clubs and take care of their bills at expensive restaurants. He explained how heartbroken he was because he honestly thought they were his friends. He began to see these people in a different light when his family bounced back from their financial situation. His former friends bounced back as well. He told them to get lost. A few respondents to the Boston College study said they wondered just how many of their friends are real. One in particular stated that he wonders how many people they knew would cut ties completely if they thought they couldn't get something from them. 6. They wonder if their spouse really loves them. Imagine you're rolling in dollar bills and want to tie the knot with someone who doesn't have as much money as you do. And you want to be certain that this person isn't a gold digger. A majority of the rich people who were interviewed for a particular interview said they would trust their spouse's intentions much more if they got married before they struck gold than if they met their partner after. Yes, it's true that the gold digger threat is alive and well. One self-proclaimed opportunist told the New York Post that some people like dark hair, some like blue eyes, she just likes a giant wallet. A blogger with Frustrated Billionaire said that it's such instances that causes the ultra-wealthy to constantly question whether the average person is really with them for who they are or for what they have. And there's only one word that applies here: prenup. 7. Their wealth can overshadow their other characteristics. People tend to focus on a person's wealth rather than their other traits, and their money tends to define who they are. The granddaughter of Roy Disney, the co-founder of the Walt Disney Company, Abigail Disney, related her own experience as a rich person. She said that people say to her straight up, "Oh my God, you must be really rich." She continued and said that you don't get to make first impressions because people already know what to think about you before they even shake your hand. It's true to say that there's more to a person than the money they have, and that shouldn't always be the first thing that comes to mind when you mention their name. 8. If you're famous as well, you lose your privacy. It comes as no surprise that if you're famous, aside from being rich as well, that you'll lose much of your privacy. Gone are the days that you could simply go out to a restaurant or a store, or anywhere else really, without a slim chance of being recognized, approached, photographed, and possibly even gossiped about. Many wealthy people have to put up with people who go through the trash they put out every week, with some having to find more private ways to get rid of the garbage. 9. People who don't know them criticize them. No matter what they do or don't do, the wealthy will never pass without some criticism. The moment people find out that you're rich, they'll usually have negative assumptions or thoughts about you. Of course, there are certain stereotypes about the rich. People assume that you're shallow, greedy, power-hungry, materialistic, and you have no clue what it feels like to be an average person. They may assume that you acquired your wealth out of luck, or probably you cheated or took advantage of various loopholes. There's no doubt that some people became rich through luck or committing fraudulent acts, such as evading taxes. Some people even view your having become wealthy as a loss for them, as if one individual's good fortune is linked to the bad luck of another. 10. They're more prone to lawsuits. Where there's money, there's a trail of lawyers following behind, and dishonest plaintiffs who are more than ready to take it. Brian Clayton, CEO of lawn care service platform GreenPal, and an entrepreneur who built his business to 8 figures, said that the one thing that really caught him off guard in regards with wealth are the lawsuits. The CEO said that it's not funny when once a month a stranger pops out of the bushes and says you've been served. According to a survey by Prince & Associates referenced in US News World Report, less than 20% of people with a net worth of $1 million worry about being sued, while 80% of those with a more than $20 million net worth had the same fear. Renowned entrepreneur and Shark Tank regular Mark Cuban has reportedly said on the show that he'll refuse investments if there's even a small chance of him getting sued. 11. They suffer from disappointment. What do you do when you already have everything you've ever wanted? You may no longer have goals like you used to, because you can have anything you want without working hard for it. The satisfaction that one gets for having earned something through their own efforts is non-existent, because you haven't had the time to yearn for or save for it. Buying whatever you want, whenever you want, may not bring the delight you initially expected it would, and you find yourself still unsatisfied. The assumption that many people make is that once you have millions of dollars, they'll be happy, and all their problems become a thing of the past. This isn't usually the case, though. The thing is, if you were generally unhappy before you got rich, chances are you'll still be an unhappy person. 12. They don't trust the people who handle their assets. Wealthy people almost always hire people to manage their portfolios, households, and other assets. When a lot of cash is at stake, some find it hard to trust those who manage it. An estate manager based in San Diego relayed the story of one of his clients who hid $1 million in gold coins under his bed. After the man passed away, his personal assistant stayed in the house, and the rumored gold coins were nowhere to be found. 13. They worry about everything. Stock fluctuations, Federal Reserve and interest rates, falling real estate prices, and global currencies. These can all affect your wealth. The rich may not have to worry about true poverty, but they always feel like they're one stock market crash away from losing everything. It's said that money isn't important unless you don't have it. But what remains true, regardless, is that money can ease some worries, but others will always remain. Well, that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you have a topic you'd like us to make a video about, let us know down in the comments below. We love helping you guys out, and we're always happy to make more content. With that said, have a great day, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.